Mr. Taylor, the Caribbean Football Union, the image of the union has been rocked by controversy. The foundation, that which was built and laid by persons such as yourself and the former president, is almost gone. If we're looking at the state of the union at this time, the executive committee consists of 7 members. 3 of them are currently suspended. 1 has resigned. You have 3 members remaining. Would it not be more prudent to hold an election for the entire executive? What difference would having a president make?
Well, I think what we should do now is elect a president to replace Jack Warner. But there are articles in the statutes that allow the president immediately, as soon as you become president, if you understand the statutes, you could replace the people who have been suspended, as long as you could get 2/3 of the people present to agree with you. So
and you have that 2/3 backing?
I have that 2/3. I have that 2/3. So on Sunday, it's very likely that we'll have a 2 vice presidents selected again.
Are you going to now? So you are going to go to Jamaica on Saturday?
Yes, I have booked. If you want to know, I am on American Airlines on Friday, flying to Miami and then to Montego Bay.
Do you think a number of other, let's say at least 10 to 12 of the 25 members will also be in Montego Bay to have this election?
I have assurance from 19 of them that they will be there.
Now, Sir Sridhar Ramphal is your legal advisor on this matter, and he stated...
I sought that legal advice, but I deal more with Scotland here.
So, and they have maintained that the election is legal, and that those who have decided to disband the election or to postpone it, that's an illegal act.
Right. We even had, you know, this situation where I heard that the Jamaica Football Federation says that we couldn't have the meeting in Jamaica without their sanction in it. And that is, to me, I really don't understand. As I asked the person, there was a media person who called me and advised me about this, and I asked them if they had asked the person who told them this from Jamaica, in the first place, they say if we come, the people will be sanctioned. Who is going to sanction us, and so on and so forth. But you know, it's strange. You have the FIFA with their headquarters in Switzerland.
Right.
Do you believe that if the FIFA has to have a meeting in Switzerland, they have to ask the Swiss Football Association for permission to do it? You have the CONCACAF with its administrative head in New York.
Is the CFU subjected to FIFA rules?
Yeah, we are.
So what exactly is FIFA's position on this? What is CONCACAF's position on this?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, CONCACAF has been very silent. What I have heard is that in the first place, when we started off this, when we decided to have this meeting, we were told on the 9th of September that CFU will fund the meeting and that the members will have to pay the airfare to go to Jamaica, which is a normal thing for the CFU members to pay the airfare. Then we heard that the members wouldn't have to pay anything because FIFA had decided to fund the Congress. They said Captain Burrell approached them and they agreed to do that. Since Captain Burrell has been suspended, it looks as if everything went out the door.
Mr. Taylor, I have to ask this question. How would you respond to criticism that your actions seeks to further divide and fragment a union?
And that is not true. Come to think of it, I will be a united force in the union. The people in the union, that is my strength. Most of them, they know me very well. They know what I stand for. And they have been asking me. I didn't decide I want to become president of this union. No. I didn't decide that at all. Members called me from day one and asked me to come on board. And I thought about it, and I decided that as a good Caribbean man, if they need me at this point in time, that I should come forward and help. And that is all I am here to do.
You're saying that you have a large majority of the support that you need to gain office. But how would you respond to people that say, not another Trini in this position? We don't want them here.
Well, the people who are saying so were the people who are outside the union. I have to depend on the people who are members to say whether they want me or if they don't want me. And right now, we have 3 candidates. You have Tony James from Jamaica, you have Gordon Derrick from Antigua Barbuda. And the members will be able to choose. If they decide not to choose me, one thing I'll promise them, that if I am not the president, I will still continue to work and help in the Caribbean.
Mr. Taylor, I have a few more questions for you, but we do have to take a very short break. And when we come back, we'll also be opening our phone lines. Harold Taylor saying that the union needs to be restored, that he is actually pursuing mechanisms and plans that will unite the union following the controversy that has shaken and has resulted in the situation they are now in. Stay with us. Welcome back to Trinidad and Tobago. Jassy, Marika and I are on set this morning. It's not a Friday, but we thought we'd just kind of throw in some activities in sport. As many of you may be unaware of what's happening this weekend, one of the major elections in Caribbean football is expected to take place. Mr. Taylor, we're going to open our phone lines for a few minutes. I understand we have a call. We're just asking a call. Just hold for a few seconds. What do you think your chances will be to do this? To go up as presidential candidate?
And win the election?
Yes.
I think my chances are very good, but you know how elections are. You don't, you can't say you win until the last vote is cast. So.
Now, Jassy has asked you the question about succession planning. And I asked you also about your age and looking towards a successor. The Caribbean, football on a whole, and many sporting organizations have been accused of being close-knit friends, friends of friends. What will you do differently to ensure that this mold is broken, that the perception of that is actually changed?
Well, I think all of us in the Caribbean Football Union, we're one big family, so to get away from what people call friends, I don't know how you will do that. But what I will try to do is to get competent people. We have a lot, I tell you, we have a lot of competent young people in the region in football, and we have not been using them. And my position is to try and get these people on board, and I have a couple of them on board already that I will bring into the executive, so that we'll have young people going forward.
Can your actions be disciplined in any way? You are saying that the membership has agreed. Those who have been foisted in the position of authority are saying that your actions are illegal and not sanctioned by those rightfully put so. Are you concerned that you may face disciplinary action?
Disciplinary action from whom? I don't know. I am not under the control of the CFU, the CONCACAF, or the FIFA at this point in time. So I don't know who will discipline me. And as far as I'm concerned, I have been around for a long time, and I used to be a teacher. People threaten to discipline me, but I do what I think is right, and that is the important thing to me.
Ms. Taylor, we have a call on the line for you. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I think in Trinidad and in the Caribbean overall, we've had years of football dictatorship that has finally crumbled. I think ultimately it's up to the average fan to assess the performance, and I mean, I wish this gentleman here all the best. But the average fan has to really look at the returns that they're getting from the people that we put in charge. And ultimately, we need to be more vocal in speaking out, you know, when they do well in praising them. And if they end up being failures, we have to move more swiftly to really stand up and condemn the failures.
Thank you so much. Our phone lines are open. Mr. Taylor, I want to quickly ask you also, the executive currently only has 3 persons sitting on it. I asked you the question about the fact, would it not be more prudent to wait to have the elections for all vacant positions?
Well, as I said before, the statutes allow us to at least make changes now, because the next time we're going to have elections in 3 years' time by the statutes.
Would you, now the position became vacant after Mr. Warner resigned. Yeah. Do you intend with this election to only fill or serve the remaining of Mr. Warner's term, or would you intend to go up for another election?
My intention is just to serve out the remainder of the term. That is another 3 years. And as I said before, during that time with the succession plan I have in mind, I will have people who will take over the union.
Have you identified these people already?
Yeah, I've asked them already, and I know them.
You should ask Jassy. He's actually, you know, one of the young football people.
After the show, I will talk to him and see where we could fit him in.
I've got your hookup. Let's take a quick call. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, you're on the air.
Yeah, good morning. You know, Mr. Taylor is positioning himself to take over the reins, but to me, this would just be more the same. Mr. Taylor was there when Mr. Warner and the other leaders who led the CFU into this position were in power. I think we need to take a break away from this particular type of leadership. And I'm trying to be politically correct here, but we should get a new injection of blood into not only the Caribbean Football Union, but into T and TFF. Okay. I'm speaking from the point of view as a former national youth player and as a supporter of football.
Okay. Thank you so much, Cole. I'm sorry we're out of time, but we got the gist of the contribution. The winds of change, Mr. Taylor. Same old,
well,
same old?
No. Well, I mean, I listen to it, and I think, you know, some people have some double-barrel questions, because I don't feel that question was really aimed at the CFU. I'm certain that was more for the TTFF. Anyway, people who know me over the years, I have worked very closely with Mr. Warner, but Mr. Warner himself will tell you, if there's one person who disagrees with him very often, and let him know, so it's Harold Taylor.
Why did you come out of resignation? You officially resigned from football?
No, what happened, I was there, the development officer, and FIFA, out of the blue, decided that they will terminate my contract. Like, I had a contract at 2010, and they decided to terminate at the end of 2009. I sat down with them and I got a very good termination package, and I decided if that is what they've given me, let me take it and go, because it was very good, I tell you.
So you have been called to duty by those around you?
Yeah, by the members of the CFU.
As we inspired to get back in the good books of CONCACAF particularly, who said that not another Caribbean person coming out of the Caribbean would lead CONCACAF. You know, how do you plan to take on that particular challenge?
Well, I'll take on that by making sure I have the support of the members of the Caribbean Football Union. In the CONCACAF, there are 35 members. 25 are Caribbean. So as long as the Caribbean stick together, the people from North and Central America could say whatever they want to say. The Caribbean, from this day onwards, at least from since Jack Warner became president of the CONCACAF, I think the Caribbean know that it's wise to have always a Caribbean person in charge of CONCACAF.
Is the Caribbean united at this time?
No, well, you see the election. You know, whenever there's election, there's always a sort of, but as soon as the elections are over, I think we'll be united.
Ms. Taylor, we are out of time for this segment. We do wish you all the best. I'm sure Jassy Marik will be covering the story as he usually does to give us the very latest. Yes. The CFU elections, Mr. Taylor is saying they will take place in Jamaica this weekend. A new president will take over the reins of Caribbean football, and Jassy Marik has offered his services. I'm now taking a very short break. When we come back, we're going to be speaking to members of the police service. Stay with us.